The hero was the villain all along. James Carter was known as the city's greatest detective. For 10 years, he had solved difficult cases, rescued innocent people, and put dangerous criminals behind bars. The public admired him, and newspapers often called him the guardian of the city. One evening, a new case shook the entire city. A mysterious criminal known as the Shadow had struck again. The Shadow always left behind strange symbols at crime scenes and seemed impossible to catch. Police officers were frustrated, and citizens were terrified. As usual, James took charge of the investigation. "I'll find him," James promised during a press conference, "no matter how long it takes." For months, James worked tirelessly. He studied evidence, interviewed witnesses, and followed countless leads. Yet every time he got close, the Shadow disappeared without a trace. One night, while reviewing old case files in his office, James noticed something unusual. Every crime committed by the Shadow had occurred on nights that James could barely remember. At first, he dismissed the thought. "It's just a coincidence," he told himself, but the pattern continued. The more evidence he examined, the more uncomfortable he became. Determined to uncover the truth, James installed a hidden camera in his apartment. He wanted to know what happened during the hours he could not remember. The next morning, with trembling hands, he watched the recording. His heart nearly stopped. The video showed him leaving his apartment in the middle of the night, wearing dark clothing and a mask. James stared at the screen in horror. "No, this can't be." He watched as the footage continued. The masked figure moved exactly like him. The voice was his. The face beneath the mask was his. James was the Shadow. Years earlier, James had suffered a severe head injury during a dangerous mission. Unknown to him, the trauma had created a second personality buried deep within his mind. While James lived his normal life as a detective, the other personality emerged at night. The Shadow wasn't targeting random victims. Every person he attacked was someone James secretly believed had escaped justice through corruption, money, or influence. Without realizing it, James had been hunting himself all along. The discovery shattered him. For days, he struggled with the truth. Should he hide the evidence and protect his reputation, or should he confess? The easier choice was silence. Nobody suspected him. Nobody would ever know. But James remembered every speech he had given about justice, every criminal he had arrested, every promise he had made to the people who trusted him. Finally, he walked into police headquarters carrying the evidence. His fellow officers smiled as he entered. "Any new leads?" one of them asked. James swallowed hard. "Yes," he replied quietly. "I found the Shadow." "Who is he?" James placed the files on the desk, then he raised his hands. "It's me." The room fell silent. At first, nobody believed him, but the evidence was undeniable. The city's greatest hero had been the villain everyone feared. Months later, James stood before a judge. He accepted responsibility for everything he had done and agreed to undergo treatment. The newspapers no longer called him a hero. Many called him a monster, but a few people saw something different. For the first time in his life, James had faced the hardest criminal he would ever encounter, himself. And unlike before, he didn't run from the truth. Twist. The detective who spent the entire story hunting a dangerous criminal eventually discovers that he is the criminal he has been searching for all along.